Hello, everyone. You're listening to Unlocking Greatness Podcast with Zenja Glass. Feel free to call me Z. This is another segment. And again, I don't quite have the name yet, but I think for right now, I'm going to call it Let's Talk Business. But I'm totally probably going to change the title. But I'm going to be doing these short segments. Hopefully every week, I'm going to be dropping at least one or two segments on Let's Talk Business. And I want to have a topic somewhere centered around just the business world, whether it's entrepreneurship, leadership, what have you. So today's topic is going to be called, Is It Mine? Is it mine? Remember for those of you who have been with me a long, long time, when I very first started this podcast, I can't remember exactly when, but I think it was a little over 2 years ago. Podcast episode number 2 is called Stop Chasing Seeds. If you have not listened to that podcast, I highly, highly encourage you to go back and listen to it. I poured my heart out about some mistakes that I made because I was basically just chasing the dollars and trying to do what everybody else thought I should be doing. And I don't know, I really wasn't focused on my God-given talents. I was more so focused on how can I make some money and pay some bills and do whatever I got to do to bring some money in, if I can be quite frank. And in that episode, I talked about how I've written some books, and do not go out and buy those books, by the way, because I was back in the day. But I'd written a couple career books, which did fairly well, teaching people how to get jobs and what have you. And they're outdated, which is why I say please don't look them up, because they so need to be updated. But I'd written some books, and one of them was called 25 Reasons Why I Won't Hire You, What You Did Wrong Before, During, and After the Interview. Great little book, and I just kind of wrote it because I got tired of repeating myself over and over with mistakes people were making on interviews. Anyway, follow me. But in the middle of writing those books, because I wrote a second one, and I did 3 editions of the one book years ago. Again, they're outdated. Don't go get it. A friend of mine had said, you need to be writing a book about why I can't find a man. And I was like, maybe I should do a book about 25 reasons why I can't find or keep a man. And literally, in my mind, and knowing that wasn't my ministry, that wasn't my focus, I just kind of did it for money. I spent all of this time and energy and money writing and producing 2 additional books, all for nothing. By the time I was done interviewing all these single men and single women and getting the book together and doing all of it, I just wasn't interested in that topic, at least from that angle that I took it, which is basically men complaining about the women and the women complaining about the men. All that work, all that money, all that time down the drain. Literally, when I was finished writing and getting it all together, I literally got all of the books, took them to some secondhand store and just dropped them off. So that's just the shortest version I can give you. There were a lot of other mistakes I made as well. So I say this to say, is it mine is the question that I want you to ask with whatever you're considering doing. There are a lot of requests that's going to come your way if you're on social media. Name any topic, and there's somebody selling something on something, and things sound so good, but is it yours? And meaning that, does this tap into your God-given gift that's been given to you? Does it come natural to you? You know, I like to tell people, is this something that you would do for free if you totally could? Like when I get on camera and do this podcast, this is so natural to me. And I don't know if people believe me when I say I don't have stuff written out. Everything is just off the top of my head when I'm talking, just about everything. I think out of all the podcasts, there may have been 1 or 2 where I've had some detailed notes written down because it was maybe a lot of scriptures I didn't want to forget about. But it just comes natural. You know, same with writing. Writing actually comes very natural to me. Public speaking comes very, very natural. Some people are afraid to speak in front of large groups. For me, it's no different if I'm sitting on my couch in my living room talking to someone. So, is it yours? That's what you need to be asking yourself. We're getting into the business concept. I'm gonna start having some guest speakers on the show. The reason why I'm kind of warning you a little bit with this is because I pray that you guys are grateful that I'm taking my time to slowly introduce new levels. We started with a really, really strong foundation of getting just some basic biblical knowledge. And I'm going to continue doing that. At least once a week, I'm going to still continue with my same podcast episodes on the Bible. But do you see what I'm trying to do now? Now I'm trying to elevate you a little bit, because I know everybody's like, well, how do I make money? What do I do? What are some ideas? You got to have a solid foundation. And now you got to go into, okay, what are my God-given talents? What is it that I love doing? So that I'm not all over the place chasing seeds. And again, if you haven't listened to episode number 2, Stop Chasing Seeds, go and listen to it. What are my God-given talents? You know, some of you may already be faced with some opportunities some people have brought to you, you know, and I've heard everything from, my God, starting to I don't even want to give examples because then some of my friends would be like, why did you shout me out? I don't even want to give examples. I'll just say I've had a lot of people that's come with all kind of ideas that somebody said, you know, you can make some money if you just do this. You know, you can start this. You know, you can do this. And if you don't watch it, you're going to be like a wave all over the place. You don't think I get business opportunities that come at me left and right as well? Trust me with this. Just listen to me a second because I feel like I've been rushing in some of my episodes and I want to slow down a little bit. If you don't love what you do, if you don't have some sort of God-given talent or passion into what you're doing, when the going gets tough, you're going to want to give up on it and be done. You're going to want, like, why go on? If there's no passion for it. So I understand that we have bills to pay, and sometimes you got to take a job and do what you got to do to be able to provide for your kids or provide for your family and put food on the table. I get that. Nothing wrong with doing that. But right now we're in the mode of talking about business concepts and entrepreneurship. So if that defines you and you're trying to elevate, trying to start something on your own, or maybe you've already started something, but you're just not in love with it, it is okay to pivot. But you have to have a foundation of, is it for me? So you lay your prayer request before God. He'll give you the wisdom and the knowledge. You say, God, is this for me? Do you really want me doing this? Or am I being tricked in some kind of way? Because remember, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So is this really for me? Is this an ideal I need to be getting off the ground? Is it mine? That's what I want you to spend some time thinking about, and I want you to comment. I want you to comment and let me know, what is it that God has put in your spirit about whatever it is you're trying or thinking of doing. And you know, I got to leave you with a passage because it's very hard for me to do an episode and not leave you with at least one passage. And there's one, if I can get my Bible out, there's one passage in Proverbs 3, verse 13 I want to leave you with. It says, blessed is the man who finds wisdom, the man who gains understanding. For she is more profitable than silver, and yields better returns than gold. Really? She is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand, in her left hand are riches and honor. Whoa. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. That is an amazing, amazing, amazing description of the man who finds wisdom. The man who gains understanding. It says, for she, referring to wisdom, she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. I know it's easy to get advice from everyone else and online, and there's so many people. Oh my God, especially if you go into TikTok and some of these other platforms. And I do have a TikTok account, by the way, look me up. But there's so many people that, oh my God, when you're scrolling, there's just so many opportunities that come your way. Just about everybody has something to offer. You gotta seek that wisdom in the secret place in the presence of God so that you can make the right decisions and the right moves as you go forth. Does that make sense? Or you'll find yourself doing what I ended up doing. And I gave a lot of examples in that episode, by the way, some of which are embarrassing, but hey, it is what it is. Of just things that I was doing just in trying to pursue, hey, I need to make some money. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I hate to say it like this, but in many ways, my work was frustrated. So spend that time in the presence of God. Write out your list of things you feel like, hey, I think this is some things I want to do, and then go to God and just say, God, is it mine? If somebody's bringing an opportunity to you right now, I just want you to take a moment to pause before you invest in any business opportunity or sign up for some class or take this or do that or get this kind of business. I'm trying so hard not to give examples because I don't want to offend anyone, but just ask. Go before God and say, God, is this mine? Does this tap into the talents you've given me? Are there any blind spots that I'm not seeing in this? And what kind of return on investment, God, can you get from this? That's all I'm saying. Just ask God, is it mine? Okay? I love you all. I'm enjoying having these business segments. Please let me know if you appreciate them, if you like them. We're going to go a lot deeper. I'm definitely going to have some guests on the show. I'm going to bring guests in from every angle that's done some of anything, any and everything in business so that you guys can get some ideas of how they think, what they do, how they grew their company and all of that. So I'm very excited. I'm going to do my best, if it's God's will, to have at least one segment a week that's focused on business. Again, my focus is mind, body, and soul. So I'm trying to make sure we have our scriptures. We have a good lesson every week, something totally biblically based. The second tier is something on our body. So I'm still going to continue with the Healthy Eating with Z episodes. And then that third one is just in our minds, meaning that I want to do something to educate us. So we're going to have these business segments almost on a weekly basis. Okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing your feedback. This is Z with Unlocking Greatness Podcast. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening. This is Z with Unlocking Greatness Podcast. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification button. Love you all. Bye-bye.